What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Familiars. My name is Joby, and I am the DM. I will introduce our cast in a moment, but I wanted to thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube, watching us here on Twitch, and now listening to us on our podcast. Thank you so much. You can subscribe to us, you can like us, you can follow us on all the requisite platforms. If you want to kick us a few bucks, head over to Patreon. It's a huge help, but no matter what, we're just happy that you are here with us, either in the morning or in the evening or live to chat with us. We're going to play some Dungeons & Dragons. Our party is in quite the spot, but I think that we should introduce our amazing cast. What say you? I say yay. First and foremost, we have Rooster, Alex Henderson, our Dragonborn Barbarian. We have Captain Chowder, played by Ben Horner. He's a Warforged sorcerer, ladies and germs. We have Thibodeaux, being played by Austin Durant, our human bard. And we have Worthy,
oh, there
played
she
by
is.
oh, there she is. Annalise playing our tiefling.
And there's
Cleric. Ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
we are the Familiars.
Hey!
Hey, thank you guys
Ayo.
so much. And let's catch up our studio audience with a bit of a recap. Yeah. So
Studio audience, do you mean us?
yeah, by yeah, us. We'll catch us up, us all up, and see where we are. So last time on the Familiars, the party battled their way towards Orin, trying to save the halfling if they could, but they still had two massive hill giants to contend with. And firebolts and lightning streaked through the pre-dawn light, illuminating the now half-destroyed Harvest Home Abbey. Lifferless, the reanimated tree, with the help of Barbara, the reanimated corpse, battled one hill giant. And Worthy sprinted across the field towards the now thrice unconscious Rooster, who had thrown their body on top of Thibodeaux to shield them from the strikes of the giant. She reached out through the power of Kelemvor to heal 3 folk, but felt only 2 respond. Orin was dead, but a voice came to the Doom Guide. Look to the light, Worthy. It doesn't have to be all darkness. 2 massive corpses, like fallen trees, now lie aside the rubble of Harvest Home Abbey. Worthy, full of rage, is in full sprint towards the remaining fleeing bugbears, filled with this potion of hill giant strength. But there's a wizard who came to the aid of the party. A woman, tall, regally dressed, with this tight beehive of black and white hair that extends almost a full foot behind her, stops Worthy, or attempts to, asking, Where is Miros? Where is Orin?
They're gone.
What do you mean they're gone? What do you? She's looking around. She's looking at the rubble. She's trying to see, and then she sees Miros fallen on the ground. Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. You can see that she's fighting back tears, trying to keep her composure. And she looks to you and she says, And Orin, where's... Tries to collect herself. Where is Orin?
Worthy walks over to the pile of rubble and tries to shift the rock that's over Orin.
Make a strength check.
Plus Hill Giant Strength.
plus hill giant strength. Your strength is 21, so that is a +5. That is a 21. Worthy, you go over to this rock, and just veins popping out of your neck, muscles bursting through your armor, just let out this huge yell as you lift up this boulder. And there he is. Orin lies dead underneath the rock. Naxene comes over to you and looks over your shoulder. God damn it. God damn it. And she looks to...
You knew Orin?
We were members of the same adventuring party, I believe they're called. We were a group of folk that tried to do good. We tried to do good. Yes, I knew Orin. Now...
Well, I'm really sorry for your loss there, but is there any chance we could get him back to the inn until we can give him a proper burial?
Yes. Yes, the inn is a good place to go. Can you help me? Can you help me carry him and Miros?
Yes, of course.
Good, yes. But, and she begins to collect herself more, and she says, but there's still work to be done. She looks at the now just lumbering forms of these hill giants and says, well, give me just 1 minute. And she rushes over to one of these large, massive forms. I was incorrect when I described them as 60 feet tall in a prior podcast stream. They're closer to somewhere between 30 feet in height. So there's still these massive beings, but Naxene runs over to the one that's closest. Rooster, you're closest to this one, still sort of wiping the blood off of you.
Is that okay if I had to do a death save?
Yes, you've sort of stood. You've recovered and stood up. Thibodeaux, we'll say that you ran over with your medicine kit and tended to Rooster and got her at least stable. Rooster, you're a bit dizzy at the moment. Thank you, Rooster. Thibodeaux, you ran over to them and roused them. Now, you see that Naxene immediately begins to seems very intent on examining the bodies of these hill giants. At least the one closest to you. She begins to sort of even like push aside try to push aside their massive folds of skin. And you see her just sort of step back and pull out some notes. And she starts flipping through this book hurriedly with much
Well, what are you looking
urgency.
for?
1 second. And she finds something and compares it. And Thibodeaux, you walk up. Austin, as Thibodeaux, you walk up to Naxene, and you see that she has pushed sort of one of these folds on the hill giant flat. As you approach the hill giant, first of all, the smell just is overwhelming. Now that the adrenaline of battle has subsided, you all are aware that there is this just putrid smell pervading the air. I mean, and Captain Chowder, you look to everyone around you and...
Oh, gosh. Oh, wait. No. Not gonna do that.
And
I wish I was dead.
Yeah, Rooster, you are
I
on.
pull out a little clay pipe just to light it up and cover the smell.
Great. Okay.
I'm
And
used to the smell of dead things.
Worthy, maybe you walk up and look as well, get a little bit closer to see what Thibodeaux and Naxene are looking at. And you see that over her shoulder, there seems to be this, like, design, a tattoo even, on the hill giant. And it's this sort of, it's almost like a reverse question mark, but with another smaller question mark on the inside. And you can see that she also has the same design in her notebook. She says, yes, this is starting to Thaug. And she writes, and Thibodeaux, you look to see what she's writing, and underneath this weird, strange word, Haug, she writes hill. She snaps the book and looks to you and says, I have been doing research in Waterdeep, trying to find out what spurred these hill giants to attack Goldenfields in the first place. It's very out of their character, at least from what I can discern. And this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, we must first find the abbot. Miros. Yes.
What's interesting?
These markings on the hill giants, they are in line with my research. There seems to be some kind of, reassessing of the traditional hierarchy of giant society. I'm still learning much myself, but I've been finding that there might be an answer to some of the secrets that could, help us figure out exactly what has started this entire drama and how we might fix it. I think it might be somewhere in the north, but sorry, it's all.
All right.
I feel
That's all right.
and she looks down, and you can see that she might be trying to distract herself with the task at hand. Emotion still seems to be very close to the surface for this woman. Please.
All right. Let's get our friends collected and move them to lay them to rest at the inn.
Yes, I think if we could all go to the inn, that would be good.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And she moves over to Oren first, and
Carry him.
you, Worthy, you're carrying Oren?
I'll carry him, yeah.
I come over to Naxene and put a hand on her shoulder, like, here you go, Maxine, and give her a little juice box. Here you go.
She openly weeps. She has never been so moved.
She takes it.
Just drink the juice.
And make a charisma check with advantage. Okay, first one's a 17. The second one's a 13. You can see she was getting ready. Worthy, you can especially see this, getting close to Oren. Something in this moved her, and she takes it and says, yes, I was a little thirsty. And takes the equivalent of a Farunian straw and just pops it into the juice box and just...
Worthy bends over Oren and reaches around the clothing under his neck and sort of feels around until her hand closes on something and she kind of goes and breaks off, breaking the string of the amulet that she gave him. Just sort of looks at it and sort of says under her breath to herself, "Death is but a part of life. Fear it not, evade it not. view it not as evil, and kind of just like, it almost looks like she wants to spit, and just like puts it back in her pouch.
Naxene looks at you and says, "Ready?"
Rooster leans in and says, I just have one question. Did we kill the hill giants?
We killed them.
Nice.
And speaking of which, I'm going to take myself a little trophy. And I pull out my dagger.
Yeah, we should...
And I carve off 5 fingernails from
Ooh.
the giant.
Okay. It takes a minute, but you get very messy. And I'll say that each fingernail is about the size of your hand. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's Red Dead Redemption, the animation of skinning plays. And Thibodeaux. Thibodeaux, you now have 5 fingernails. Go ahead, Rooster.
Hey, Worthy, throw these in the bag of holding, will you? These things stink to high heaven.
Put these in the bag of holding, please. And Worthy opens the bag.
Okay.
Thibodeaux to put them in.
Stuff them in.
Thibodeaux, make a perception check.
Okay. Was it
15.
15. You see that on this hill giant, around their waist is a huge pouch made of animal skins, sort of stitched together, and in the proportion to the hill giant, it's sort of a small sort of side sack on this that's attached to their very just like rudimentary animal skin belt. But to you, it's like the size of your torso and head.
Oh my god, what kind of animal are they skinning for it to be big enough?
Rooster make
Wonders.
Rooster
Out loud.
wonders out loud, and Rooster, you can make a nature check as Thibodeaux.
Hey.
nice.
I'm gonna take a look-see in here.
Yeah, I would like you to please make a just roll a D100.
Me?
Yes. You.
Ooh.
Rooster, it looks to be like a lot of deer and elk all stitched together with these sort of long strands of hemp.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty ingenious.
16.
Yeah, I rolled a 16.
Okay. Give me one moment here.
What'd you find?
You
Mr.
begin
Lee's
to look in to this sack, and again, the smell right now is just like it's a lot. I will actually ask you to make a Constitution check.
Can Rooster be like right behind Thibodeaux's like back, being like, "What is it? What'd
Yeah.
you get? Let me
A
see."
save or a check?
Make a check. Make a check. You're trying to sort of hold your gorge down.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna up, Chuck.
So yeah, and you throw up. You throw up next to the hill giant. Just all of
The smell gets better.
yeah.
That
Yeah. After you feel a little bit better.
I just pat his back. I'm like, "There, get it out, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job."
I didn't even eat breakfast.
I hold his mask back. I hold his like floppy hat and mask back, like his hair, like just like, "Oh, get it all out." Okay.
Is it in my goatee?
You look beautiful.
Is it in my beard?
No, you're beautiful. Anyone would watch you just keep puking it.
You find
Oh God.
roll a D6.
What is happening?
You're
This
fine.
is exciting.
$10?
There are
$100.
the two pieces of sort of silvery metal catch your eye at first, and you take them out thinking that they're two silver pieces, but they are. Oh my gosh, I am blanking. They're EP. They're below GP, so they are. No, I'm sorry. They're platinum. You get 2 platinum pieces. This giant
That's more than gold.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's
So
exciting.
you get 2
great
platinum.
Oh, we're rich.
And you get there is 20 gold pieces.
I'm gonna try to hide this from the group.
Make a sleight of
I'm
hand
looking
check.
right over your shoulder.
I vomited into the bag, and I'm gonna make a sleight of hand check.
Make it with advantage.
Ooh.
You son of a bitch.
Sifting through the vomit.
We can buy
Intentional
a house.
vomit.
I don't like him.
Come on, buy a house and live in Goldenfields.
Everyone else make a perception check.
What was that?
Thibodeaux, go ahead and roll again.
That's what we like to call a natty 20.
Roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
Ooh, I beat.
Thibodeaux just rolled
got
a
it by
22.
Wait, but there's a natural. But I got a natural 20 plus 1.
There's no
Does
crits
that count?
on ability checks. It's just the number. So
Damn.
None of us noticed.
Captain Chowder.
the Sneaky sneak.
you, just zero in on Thibodeaux. And Thibodeaux, just
Don't
The
look
training.
in that bag.
Yeah. And as you sift through the glop of your own vomit, Captain Chowder, I'll say that it's such a foreign experience to you that something Thibodeaux just takes advantage of the moment and snags the gold. One thing that you can't necessarily hide is that your hand now feels for something else, and there is a big flask of liquid. You grab and you pull it out and you look at this flask of liquid, and inside it looks, as you sort of swill it, everybody's looking at this now, like there is liquid fire inside this flask, this glass flask.
Can we all do an Arcana?
Sure thing.
I just handed to Captain Chowder because
Captain, go ahead and make
weird.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Okay.
Hey, you know what this is, Cap? Take
I
a
might
look.
know what this is.
Oh.
Here, let me see it.
Rooster, you take a gander.
Rooster.
And Rooster, as a dragonborn, you recognize that the little particles floating amidst this liquid, it's a liquid even though it resembles fire,
It's a liquid, even though it resembles fire.
red dragon scales. And
These are red dragon scales.
you know that after drinking this potion, you can use
I
your
know that
bonus
after drinking
action
This potion, I can use my bonus action.
to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you.
Hail fire at a target within 30 feet of me.
It's a potion of fire breath, so the
It's a
target
potion of
has to make
fire
a
breath, friends.
dexterity saving throw. Or they take
This is only got
4d6
Dexterity, and there's
Yeah.
a 46.
fire. That's
Did you get all that?
very unhelpful. So,
My head hurts real bad from being knocked out
Rooster
4
passes
times
out
in the past 24 hours.
4 times. I even got it wrong in the.
No, it was 3 times in the
it was 3
lightest,
times?
but when we were over with
Well-
the kids, there was one time also.
Oh,
Thanks,
right.
Rooster.
Yeah. So,
Finders keepers, huh? What do
2
you
pieces
say?
of platinum.
So glad that the death of others could be profitable for you.
Well, I'm sure this will come in handy.
Anyway, Cap, here's the
Not
bow
selling
back.
it.
I give Cap the bow.
Oh, thank you, Rooster.
Thanks for letting me. And if you decide to trust Thibodeaux, it might be a good thing. But I don't know. I see 2 of them right now. I see 2 of you also. I see 2 of Worthy. So I don't really trust nobody.
I understand. Well, I think we're going to try to find a way to get some rest. I think you could use that too.
Don't tell me what I need.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a fresh one. All
Don't
right.
tell me what to do. Don't tell me what I need. I'm in a very bad mood, and I'm French. Oh no, what happened? I got hit too hard. It's that thing where you get hit in the head, and all of a sudden you can speak a foreign language.
I understand. I give
Zut alors.
Rooster a juice box. All right, they're there.
Naxene comes up and says, "It helped."
Let's get
Yes.
him down, or them down. Excuse me.
Rooster down. It's fine.
As we all know,
Well,
Rooster's pronouns are Rooster, and I feel
Let's get
better
Rooster
now. There
down.
goes my voice.
All right. To the
So-
inn go we.
You guys, Naxene and Worthy, go over and pick Orin up, and we'll say that Rooster and
Wait.
Thibodeaux.
Rooster throws up Rooster's hands. Wait, everybody. Okay, did we kill the other one? Should we go look at that one?
Oh no,
The
it's
giant?
you points over and you can see that the other giant is also just dead.
I want to go ransack its body.
Great. We'll say go ahead and make an investigation check.
Old Rooster is learning how to play this game. Oh, it's 18.
18. Go ahead and roll a D100.
My life is cool. Oh, that's a D20. Hold on. Okay, D100. And no D20. Oh, now I'm rolling 4 D20s. Hold on, everybody.
Here it comes.
Here comes. Everyone get excited. 32.
32. Okay, good. Roll 66.
6d6. Got it.
Yeah. Wow.
Just tap it 6 times and then hit roll.
24.
You find 320 silver pieces.
Hey!
And now roll 2d6, please.
Okay, and I shout to everyone, look, I found money that I'm going to share with everybody, because we're part of a team.
Oh, it's wonderful, Rooster.
It's 320 silver pieces. Then I hear the voice in my head that once again told me how many to roll.
2d6. 2d6.
2d6, thank you. Okay. That's an 8.
You find these precious gems, and you take them out, and they're all these. I mean, they're different colors. There's 2 that are sort of an orangey color. There's 2 that are these sort of like deep, almost brown mahogany color. They have some heft to them. You can put down in your character sheet that you find 8 gems. All look to be worth around 10 gold pieces. And Thibodeaux, I'd forgotten. You can also roll 2d6, please, for your investigation
Guys,
check.
I got 8 gems. I think they were worth about 10 gold pieces each. We could really have a nice dinner tonight if Orin and Miros were alive, oh god.
And then, Thibodeaux, you get 6 of these gems. 6 gems, all each worth 10 gold pieces. And
So, did you find anything?
Just that bottle of liquid.
That's crazy.
But I'm hanging on to it.
and then, Rooster, you also find this different shaped glass flask. Everyone, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh.
I found this weird glass flask.
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, I remember this.
Here,
Yeah,
take a look.
Captain Chowder, you walk over and just take a look at it, and you can see that as Rooster swills it around, there is the unmistakable glow of the essence of, well, it's hard to describe, but an animal's soul. And you recognize this as the encapsulated version of animal friendship, the spell animal friendship. And so
I'm going to cry.
when you drink this potion, you can cast the animal friendship spell for 1 hour at will. And it's, I believe, I have to double check it, but yeah, you make friends with an animal. It's really beautiful. So,
And I say to Captain Shout, I'm already pretty friendly with the animals, but maybe we should let Worthy hold on to that just in case as a group we need it.
In the bag of holding?
Yes,
Just kind
of
of like
course.
Yes.
opens the flap of the bag of holding, and it's just sort of standing there. Not
Whoa,
saying
careful
much.
there, strong lady. It's okay. Okay,
So-
you can be mad at me. I'm alright. I can handle it. But just, go easy. Cool.
You guys-
Thanks.
all get your things and pick up Orin, pick up Miros, and head back to the North Furrows. And
Before we go to the inn, as we're passing on the way we came, as I pass within 60 feet of the animated corpse of Barbara, I just give the mental command, "You're released. Return to death."
you see that Barbara had just been standing next to this hill giant, and she just falls. As you guys make your way towards the North Furrows, and you can see as you approach that there are many folk now around this establishment. There are many of the workers here that populate Goldenfields. Everyone is in various states of disarray, either had just been getting ready to go out to work, or had been coming home after a very, very late night of work. There are folks that are beside themselves with grief, having found a loved one in the center of town. There are people desperately trying to search for children, loved ones. All of you see the group of kids that you successfully saved running out of the building now as you are approaching, and many parents just grabbing them and holding them tight. Liferless walking the reanimated tree, walking behind this group, sees you and stops and comes towards. And as he approaches, Naxene looks up and Liferless stops about halfway towards you. And you see the tree lift its shoulders and just let out the reanimated tree version of a deep sigh of grief. Naxene walks up to the tree and just places a hand on its stout wooden leg, and then comes back to you and says, "The abbot will meet us here, I'm sure. The folk aren't going to take it well. Please, let's set them down here and try to clean them up a bit." And she, Worthy, as Naxene has gone over to Liferless, you both had sort of gently put Orin's body down, and Naxene runs into the crowd. She pushes through folk and tries to get inside. You guys can either stay here with the bodies, or you can proceed into the inn. You can do what you will. Liferless is standing beside you, just staring at the bodies of Orin and Miros. Folk haven't necessarily noticed you just at the moment. How would you guys like to interact with this scene?
Worthy, would you mind presiding over the ceremonies?
I can do that.
Hey, Worthy. I won't eat anyone's heart.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Great. So, we'll say that Naxene comes out, and you can see that she's with the abbot. As they approach you, a few folk follow behind them, and now people are starting to see that Miros and Orin are dead, and you can hear these just gasps sort of going up throughout the crowd, and soon things sort of fall to silence, and all you can hear now in this now still fairly dark, the sun is coming up over the wall of Goldenfields. The abbot walks towards the group. Says, "We've lost many tonight. My heart goes out to all of them. I would be remiss to say that seeing Miros before me is, well, it's..." He looks to the rest, not finishing his sentence, and says, "Please, everyone, gather round. It's time to honor our dead." He looks to you, Worthy, and says, You were are you a member of the Church of Kelemvor? I think I remember. Well, I'm sorry if you wouldn't mind presiding over the service.
Worthy kind of nods and sort of her shield with the symbol of Kelemvor into the ground in front of her, and just says, "Does anyone have any water?"
I've got water skin, Worthy. Hand her
Thank you.
my water skin.
And Worthy pours a little bit of water into her hand, and passes the water skin along to others who are near the dead, and putting the water on her hands, goes over to Miros and kind of just wipes his forehead down to his chin, and then going over to Orin, does the same, and sort of looks at the crowd and says, "Clean them as best you can. Everyone
abbot
deserves a clean death."
Steps down, kneels down, and begins to just very impossibly gently wipe some of the blood away, the rubble, the specks of rock that are still on Orin, and a few begin to join him. Naxene comes and begins just doing the same for Miros. Everyone make a perception check.
Hey.
She pickpockets him. No. Thibodeaux, Captain, Worthy. Rooster is still coming back. You're now it's just so much just
I guess.
no.
17.
Pretty good.
Oh, did I misread something?
That was my
that was an
Arcana
Arcana.
check.
Okay, great.
Plus 4, and I was moving slow for my perception check. Which was 17.
17. Everyone's fairly perceptive. Rooster, you're coming back. You all notice
Look out.
that as Naxene begins to wipe away the blood of on Miros, she is having a very hard time holding it together. And there's a moment you see where her hands move to his face, and she's just sort of brushing the rubble out of his fur that covers his face, and just takes a moment to hold it. It's a quick moment, and there's a lot of folk now coming around to help, and they all step back now and look to you, Worthy.
Worthy says, "The god tells us that death is no ending, but a beginning of the next stage of this journey. The hardest task is ours, to wait until we can join those we have lost today in the fugue plane or beyond. I'm going to say a prayer of passing to ensure their souls move onwards off this plane and into the next. And if you wish to aid them, bury them and remember them every morning as you wake and every evening as you go to sleep. And Worthy kind of like and clears her throat and sort of holds her hands in front of her in sort of a prayerful position, just down, clasped in front of her, sort of bows her head and is kind of like looking at Oren and starts to pray and says, "Shut your ears to earthly sounds. Let no word call you back. Shut your mouth to mortal tastes, for now you nothing lack. Shut your eyes to mortal views, you're under no sight's thrall. Shut your heart to mortal wants, and answer not love's call. Into the fugue plane, into his arms, until your God does claim you." This just kind of nods.
You look up and there are just tears streaming down the folks' faces. Many people are openly weeping now. And the abbot wipes a tear away and says, "Okay, we must take action. We must not let the folk who have passed tonight have passed in vain." And Naxene steps forward and says, "Yes, I agree completely. I have come from Waterdeep. I have spoken with Lyrel Silverhand, and I have been told that there is an emissary here from the Lord's Alliance who has pledged help to our settlement of Goldenfields. Are they present?" And she begins to look around the crowd.
And Thibodeaux says, "Yes, that's me."
She looks to you and she says, "Thibodeaux, yes, I remember now. Lyrel Silverhand," she's speaking very loudly now, "has put you in charge of the guard of Goldenfields." And you can hear one voice in the crowd say, "Oh, what? Hey, what do you mean?" And Abbott says, "Strog, stop." This, you all look and see this sort of balding gentleman that you saw when you were walking in, who was sort of telling Z to calm down about the guard at the walls and that it wasn't a big deal. You can see that he's sort of, he's in the most undressed. It doesn't look like he was either going to work or coming from work. Anybody close to him, you can see people sort of step away, and he looks to be very, very drunk. And Naxene doesn't even give him a second look. She looks to you and she says, "Thibodeaux, our lives are in your hands. I have seen, as I was approaching, a large force of hill giants, ogres, and bugbears that seem to have been, well, on the retreat, is the good news, into the surrounding small woods just outside of the walls of Goldenfields. The guards now, Z has reported that you can see the movement of the hill giants moving through the trees. They seem to have retreated for a moment, but it doesn't seem that they are done with Goldenfields. We have some decisions to make. It seems that we have a moment's peace, and I say," and she looks around to everyone, "that everyone should try to get a bit of rest, if you can." But she looks back to you, Thibodeaux, and says, "We should make some plans."
Agreed. The first order of business is finding out what happened with the watch and the town guard. Now, we lost one man ringing a bell to call for aid. That's inexcusable. Now, those giants will be back. We got to close up that breach in the wall and make sure they can't get back in. Before we do anything, we have to rest. So if every stonemason, stone cutter, builder in the town should be on that. That's an order.
A couple people sort of start at that. Folks seem to be immediately entranced. The group, you can decide whether you've seen this aspect of Thibodeaux's leadership before, but it's immediately infectious. And a couple of folk just hop to, and you hear a couple of calls like, "Oh, come on over here we go! Now get your things!" And a group begins to make their way towards the breach in the wall to the south.
Can I go up to Strog?
Strog.
And I take Strog by the back of the neck, and I kind of gesture to Thibodeaux, and I go just dunk him in the horse water a couple times, and I go, "What do you want me to do with this guy?"
Hey, what are you doing?
I dunk him in again.
Oh, I'm the captain of the guard.
I dunk him in again. And I go, "Okay."
And I walk up to him and I tell him to just dry out.
I drop him.
I thought it was the kids ringing the bell. I'm sorry. He just breaks down weeping. Sobered up a bit now that he's been dunked in the water a few times, and he sort of looks around for any sort of commiseration, and any folk he looks to, and they look immediately down, filled with shame. He just kind of it goes off into the night. The abbot comes forward, and you can see that he gestures to a few folk that are in vestments alike to his, and they move towards the bodies of Orin and Miros, and they have sheets from beds and begin to put them over the bodies, and you can see that those bodies are beginning to get wrapped up and taken care of as a few folk begin to lift them up and move them south towards what remains of Harvest Home Abbey. The abbot approaches you and says, "Worthy, thank you. It's been a long time since I've heard those prayers, and they are a balm. We thank you. Now, there is a lot of work to be done. Many folk have lost much tonight. Could I inquire and ask that you come into the North Furrows and we can discuss our next steps there, and maybe also perhaps get some rest if these hill giants will allow us. Will you join me?"
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
heck
I
yes.
will.
Can we all come with you? I'm
Yes,
so tired.
I can shut it down for a while. I don't sleep, but I can shut it down.
Yeah, I'd like
Great. Okay.
to go to bed, please. So sleepy.
Comes in. The abbot puts his arm around you, especially Rooster, and just begins to, as you guys walk in to the North Furrows end. We'll say that...
Is Maxine with us too?
Yes. Naxene
Okay.
was with Lifrolus while you were having this conversation, and then sees you all moving in, and as an emissary from Waterdeep follows in behind. Lifrolus walks up to the door and then turns and stands at attention, and you can see Lifrolus's eyes just on a swivel, looking around, ready to alert any folk of any danger.
Can I, before, what's his name that wandered off, the drunken town?
Strog.
Strog.
Drog.
Can I call him back just real quick?
Sure, yeah. What do you want to say?
I want to pull him aside and say, listen, I'm not relieving you of your duties, although by rights I should. But here's something I need you to do for me. I need you to track down Shalvis. Put her under arrest. And bring her to the North Furrow's End as soon as you find her.
Shalvis. What did Shalvis
Don't question me. Don't question me.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Find her and bring her here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Take someone with you
Yeah.
who hasn't been carousing.
That's a good idea. As this crowd's dispersing, you see Strog move over to one of the folks with a sword on their belt and a crossbow on their back, grabs them, and then grabs another person and heads off into the night. You guys all walk in to the North Furrow's End, and with Lipperless watching, luckily you spend the next 8 hours resting,
Yes.
planning, and talking. And we are going to leave it there for this evening. Thank you all so much for joining us. It has been such a pleasure to have you on this crazy, crazy journey. I love that we got some great loot. I love that we had some great prayers, and I can't wait to see what happens next week when our party, led by Thibodeaux himself, gets to make some plans about how they're going to go down and figure out what to do with this next group of people. Anyway, so thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, and our intent is all for your delight. Thanks for watching, y'all.